Welcome everybody to the installation trainer for you guys, and as you can see, we're starting at my screen, and this is going to be a very long tutorial. So if you're in a rush, I would say don't watch it and just wait until you have time, because you surely don't want to mess stuff up in doing these modifications. And the game we're going to modify is, of course, going to be Grand Theft Auto 5. This is the game we're going to modify. Two things I have to tell you as a disclaimer. Number one is very important. Do not go online with any mods at all. I can tell you now, you will be banned. And don't say you won't, because you will. So you can't go on it at all, not a single mod at all. So my best advice to you would be to, before I start all this, backtrack a little bit. This is for Windows 8. There is a lot out there for Windows 7. They probably just be putting out for Windows 10, but this is for Windows 8 and Windows 8.1. So, of course, your things may be a little different than here, especially if you're running Windows 7, but it's pretty much going to be the same. So we're going to go here, and this is almost like going to be like if you click on computer, like on my computer if you got Windows 7, but this is what you would see in Windows 7. So you're gonna click on your hard drive, which is mine is Windows 8. You're gonna go to Program Files. You're gonna go down to Steam, then you're gonna go down to Steam Apps, Common, and then you're gonna find your Grand Theft Auto 5 folder. And of course, you're not gonna have this LSPDFR yet. You're not gonna have these plugins, etc. So your list is gonna be pretty short. You're gonna have a GTA 5 launcher, GTA 5, comment, execute code. If you do not have this execute code, your game will not start up even in regular story mode. So if you're missing this file, there's many options you can do. You can go to Steam, and then go to your library, right click on Grand Theft Auto, Properties, Local, and verify integrity of Game Coach. That's one way to do it. If that does not work, then you have the option to go to it's gonna be in Steam. Is it gonna be in Steam? I think it's actually gonna be maybe it's in this one. I forgot exactly where it's at. No, it's on this one. I forgot exactly where it is. Is that sad? I'm trying to remember it. Steam Apps. No, maybe it is in Steam. Maybe not. I don't remember anymore. That is horrible. Anyways, you're supposed to delete an A coach or something. It's a file. But this is how you would get to it. I forgot which one it is, but that's how you would get to it. You would delete that, reinstall, not reinstall. You will restart your computer, and then run the game through Steam like you normally would. And then also, this is for Steam. If you're running GTA 5 through Steam, if you have a CD or another program, I unfortunately ain't gonna be going through that because I don't have those kind of things. But of course, you want to then highlight all of this and then make a copy of it, because if it ever crashes, you have somewhere to start from. But also, if you want to go online, then you would then start this this would be it without the plugins and all that. And then you won't have no problem, and you won't be banned from going on the GTA 5 online. I don't know what they ban. I don't know if they ban your IP address. I don't know if they ban the files. I don't know, because I never done it and I don't plan on doing it. But you can probably YouTube it or Google it, and it'll tell you what they ban. So always back up your files, and then of course name it, so you know that this is what you can run to do to play online. So you're not trying to run LSPDFR and then it's not working because there ain't nothing, there ain't nothing there, or you think that it went missing, and then you go through this whole shebang and find out that you just clicking on the wrong folder. So always back this up. And then of course, all these mods I'm going to be putting in is going to be in the description, and the link will take you right to it. So first, install LSPDFR, first response, and then that's what you'll have it. And then this is what you're going to have. Let's go back actually. Let's do plugins. Your plugins won't have any of this yet. It'll only have LSPDFR. And then if you go down all the way to startup, yours might come up as Notepad. It may not. It all depends. You may have this. You may not. I don't know. I really don't know. You may or may not. Mine came with it, so it's hard to say. But usually you'll have load-in plugin LSPDFR first response.dll, and that pretty much will tell the program to load LSPDFR first response. So that's your startup. The other two that you must have is scripthook and scripthook.net and scripthook.dll. Once again, go into it. There will be the link down there. Download it. Make sure it's fully updated, and make sure you have it. If you don't have these, I can tell you now, it won't work. Also, which maybe I should also do is double check. Well, not double check, but also download OpenIV. It's a program that allows you to do a little bit more stuff that some of these won't allow you to get into. So it's like a back door into it. So make sure you have OpenIV downloaded, and then also Microsoft C++ 2015 video distribution, I think, and I think it's a 2010 or 2012. Make sure those are also downloaded and updated. So if you ever have any troubles with any of it, or it's crashing, make sure you have those, and make sure it is downloaded. When you open up your very first, you're probably thinking, well, how do I install things? Well, one way to know is you're gonna open up, when you open up IV. Do it right here. You're gonna hit Grand Theft Auto 5. You're gonna hit Windows, and when you start clicking on some of these files, they might even come up now. Who knows? But if for me it won't, because I already installed it. It'll come up a screen about here, and it'll say I forgot what it is. But it's going to say this is not installed. You need this to install to run the plugins. So you're going to click install, and there's going to be a window pop up. Whatever is not installed, click install, and then you'll be fine from there. But that's that. So we're going to exit out of that, and then we're going to go to our very first mod. Not a very first mod. I've been doing a couple of them. Let's do code 3. Code 3 plug callouts. Also, also, just in case if you mess up, always update your not update but back up your plugins, because you may never know. You can do, before we get into this, you're gonna need one program. It's either called Zip, 7-Zip really, or WinRAR. Of course, the description will be down in the link below. But you want either one of those due to the fact because you need a program to read these files. All these files will come into as in WinRAR or in Zip. It doesn't matter which one you have, it will read both. But you need a program to read them and unzip them, and then you're able to do whatever you need from those folders. Without that, these next steps ain't gonna do you any good because you ain't gonna do it. So of course, download it, and then you have it. I have WinRAR, where is it WinRAR? So this is what I have. So anytime you go to plugins and you see this, so add it, and then it just basically, when you go to add, it all depends. Add to archive, it just goes into WinRAR for me. And then if you add to plugins.r, it'll come up, and you just have to find it here. So we're actually going to delete this because that's our old one, and then just click and bring it to the desktop. So as you can see, I have my Euro Truck Simulator backed up, which I have to re-back that up. I have my WinRAR program, I have my Grand Theft Auto for my online play, and then I have my plugins folder for the online play. And then that's how you do it. You also need, you don't need it, but you need a narrative trainer, which also comes with Rage Hook, or it comes with the script hook or scripthook.net. I forgot which one, but it comes with one of them. So if Rage Hook don't come with it, you don't have to worry about it. So that's that. So let's do this code 3 call out. Very first I have to say is please read the readme, because you just might make a mistake and mess it all up. So click the readme and read all of this before you even start. It's better if you read it, kind of get used to it. And of course, once you've been doing this for a while, you will get you'll get used to it. So always keep that in mind. It's all practice. Everything is practice. And so it's just practice. So read it. If I can find my cursor here. So read all this. It says any unauthorized modification, reverse engineering, or distribution, including re-uploading of any kind, is strictly forbidden. All it's just saying is that you cannot re-upload this as your own mod. That's all it's saying. And then, of course, requirements is make sure you always have the updated version of Rage Hook installed. And then you also have the current version of GTA 5 installed, which one way to do it, so you don't have to uninstall the game and reinstall it, you just go to Steam, once again, Grand Theft Auto, properties, local files, and verify integrity of the game coach. That's one way to know. Or if you always have this game updated, it will always be updated every time they bring out a new update. So also keep that in mind if you ever choose to do that. So that's what it is. So installation, the rest you can read yourself. Installation is copy the stealth.comma.dll folder into the main root GTA 5 folder. So this is where you're gonna have to find it, and so this is where it's. So they at least this author tells you where it's gonna be. So it's gonna be into your. So you're gonna go here, and it says typically see program files. So we got to go to program. We always want to make sure that you're going into the right files, because you surely, once again, I mean, in this stage of the game, it's not really that bad because you're just starting out. So if you make a mistake, you don't have to redo a lot of things. But once you get into 10, 15, 20, 25 mods, it's going to be a while for you to, and it's going to be a pain in the ass for you to delete, this whole thing and then re-put it in and have to redo all of these. So program files, look for Rockstar, which, if I'm not mistaken, Rockstar, is it Rockstar Games? Rockstar Games. Which mine is not Grand Theft Auto. That's weird. Should be in the same. Awkward, because it's not. That's it. I hate that. Ugh, that's weird because it never has had that happen before. Program files Rockstar. I want to make sure I got this right. Rockstar Games, right? There ain't nothing else. Rockstar Games, Grand Theft Auto V. I wonder if there's another way to get into it. There's always another way. Let's try this. Let's try Rockstar Games. No, it's still the same thing. Interesting. This is actually pretty weird. Really, I never have had this happen to me before. Common files. This is even common files. Steam. Nope. Okay, so let's bum. Games. Nope, that's my World of Warships. Let's see here. Steam. This is okay. So what I'm talking about, if the game crashes, this is what you have to delete, and then run through the program. Run through Steam again, and this will come back up. Just going back. Steam apps. Common. GTA 5. That's just weird. I'm... on this one, I'm not gonna do this one due to the fact that I really don't want to mess it up and I don't have a lot of time to go through everything. So we're not gonna do that one today. Let's try something else. The cop poster. This is a very good one. Once again, go to the README. We can minimize this cop poster. Download and install the course. Drop and drag the cophoster.dll into the plugins folder. So you're gonna go to plugin and then find the DLL. That's the DLL, and then of course we want to move that so we know moving into the right place. There you go. Let's minimize that. And then into your GTA free directory, open up startup. So just in case if you don't know what the directory is, this is your directory. Plain simple, this is your directory, and it says open up startup.rphs. So that's pretty much down to the bottom, which is right here. This is your startup. It may actually, is it? It should be. Just to make sure, because you may never know. But yes, this is my this is it. is the startup. Yours might say you know, that but you may never know. And then of course pretty much you can copy or type in this and then save it. You can or you can't what you call it, you can or do the quotations, but that's really up to you. Some programs I've been finding out it works when you don't do it. Some works when you don't put in the quotations, and some programs, some mods don't do it because there is no quotations. But it's really up to you on how you want to do it. Then you're going to hit File, Save, exit that because you don't need that again. And that is it. See, that's all it says. And it just says, you know, features, and you know, and then it goes on. It goes on more into, you know, if you want to customize it. You know, so it says, as it says here, in addition to a simple feature known as the Intimidator mode, allows the player to put their hand on the holster. If you're new to being a police officer, to being LSPDFR, Intimidator, when you hit control, it makes you go into, better words is make you go into, what's the word I'm looking for, to a fighting stance. To a fighting stance. So that's what it says on their hand holster by pressing the caps lock, or if you're running with game pads, the left D-pad button, and then that's all you need. That was the most simplest one. And then of course do that, and then Spikes Barrier. Let's do Spikes Barrier. Open it. README. Can't forget the README. Display Spikes Barrier by pressing K, then delete them by pressing O, and then of course if you go too far, blah 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 blah. Credits. They give the credits to them or to whoever made them. Install Rage plugin hook alpha. Not sure if it works with the previous version. Drop the plugin inside the main GT5 folder where GTA 5 and 6. Okay. Also, when I say about or backing up your plugin folder, this is the other reason why I say, because people they read this and they're like, okay, well I can just plug this in and drop this in and let's go back there, and I can just drop this plugins into here. You can, but then it's gonna override your plugins of everything that you have here. So let's take a look at this. So you saw what's here, it's all there. Now let's open up this. Yes, so these two is the only thing that will show up when you double click on plugins, which is not good. And then you have to restart, and then you have to re-download all your mods and your DLLs. So of course, bring it in, and then and then of course you want to, that's my mistake, and then you want to go back and go down. Pretty much any programs with DLL, you have to go through startup and tell it to load in whatever it's called. And of course, make sure you spell it exactly how you spell it, how it is spelled, because if not, it either will not work or it may crash the game. So always keep that in mind. But let's just say they didn't have a README, or they did, but there was no installation in here. So let's close this. This is why we have the internet, boys and girls. This is why we have the internet. Actually, I did not need that. So you're gonna open up a tab, and I already have this ready here because I frequently look at it. Also, some programs you may or may not need to be registered to, so always keep that in mind. And then you're gonna click to search, or if you know exactly where it is, you can just look for it. But that's a lot to work. Let's close this cop poster. So it's called Spike Barriers. That is what it's called. It's called Spike Barriers. Now, also, what is going on here? I know I spelled it correctly. Did I? No, I did not. It's supposed to be spikes. Spikes. B-A-R-R-I-E-S. Let's see what that comes up. That comes up nothing. Why? Oh my god, I'm horrible at this. Because I'm putting an E. I'm putting an S at the end. It's supposed to be an R. That is why. Spikes. Barrier. That is horrible. So this is it. So then you're gonna click on then you're gonna, this is usually the like the form almost. So you click Spike Barriers because this is the person that made it. If there's multiple ones, you want to look down and make sure you want to you want to make sure it's the same author. So then you look up you want to continue going up. So and then so here's the installation. So it says drop the fold-in plugin inside, and then the main GTO folder where actually, so pretty much, like I said, pretty much what the notebook said. And then there you go. But once again, just to be on the safe side, back up your plugin folder, but don't just copy and drop, because it may override your whole plugins folder, and then when you try to plug it in or start GTA 5, it's gonna crash, which is horrible, and then you're gonna wonder out why. So that is why. So always do that. Always keep that in mind. And then of course, I already know all these work because I have used them. But once you get done, check to make sure it works in the game, because if not, you don't want to find out 20 mods down the line that your script hooked, or your traffic control, or your breathalyzer doesn't work, and that's, then you have to then do all that. So always, I would say, always stop what you're doing, go through it, make sure it works, make sure it runs, it doesn't crash, etc., etc., etc. So we did that. So let's exit the Spike Barrier, and now let's do vehicle search, and then read this readme text. Once again, you may not upload any part of the plugin to any site without my permission. About installation, drag vehicle search.dll and vehicle search ini into your plugins folder into your main directory. So that's pretty much all it's saying. But once again, and then also read this. So it says, start the game, press S4 to open the Rage Hook console when in game. Type below plugin vehicle search.dll without the apostrophes, and then use the search key default G or D left pad to search vehicle. So always keep that in mind. So if it's not working, some of these are just loading right away and they work. Some of these you have to hit the console and then type in load plugin vehicle search.dll. So that's all you have to do. So you just drop it in. So that is what we're gonna do. So it's these two, DLL and INI. This is the change login. So if you want to change the buttons to push to have your character search, you can. That I don't mess with too much, even though I should start doing it. Just do the fact it said plugins folder, right? I think it said. See, I even forgot what it said. Let's find out. Which one is this? Is this the vehicle search? And what is this? Okay, we don't need that anymore. I keep forgetting to delete my notepads. Drag the vehicle search DLL and vehicle INN to your plugins folder into the main directory. So this is, once again, this is your main directory. And that is what we're gonna do. And that's all it is to it. Exit that. Exit that. Vehicle search. We did that. Traffic control. Gotta love traffic control. Once again, read this. Blah blah blah, unauthorized requirements. Yes, 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 yes. Copy the traffic control.dll and travel into your plugins folder of your GTA 5 directory. So this actually says into your plugins folder. So now we have to make sure we go to plugins. And drop that in. And then I think actually I gotta make sure that's not what it said on the in the search. I gotta make sure. And then copy the stealth.com.dll file into your main root GTA file. So we gotta go to GTA file. This is your main root. So this is the stealth. Just move it on over. And then add the following line to your startup RPS, or run this line as a command in the range console. It's really up to you. And that is the low plugin traffic control.dll. So that's what we need. Startup. And this is what we're gonna need. So let's I hate that. I really do. I hate that with a passion. Alright, let's do this. Load plugin. And then it says traffic control .dll. And then of course always hit save, because that would be bad if you didn't. And then that's all. And then so features is stops, so slow downs all traffics, etc., etc. So that's also that. And then is that it? Yes, I think that is it. Let's open. I want to reopen this search vehicle really quick. I want to make sure I'm not dragged into your plugins folder into. Did I do that? I forgot. Did I throw it in there? Maybe I did not. Vehicle search. Well, true. Because it does, yeah. Okay, so I was right. Okay, so there you go. And then of course we want to make sure that everything is working properly. So of course you want to make sure everything is out and done. Exit that. Now let's rage hook. That is what I'm looking for, is rage hook. You could do this each and every time you want to run for rage hook, but GTA 5, You're gonna go down here due to Rage plugin hook. You're gonna go to send to desktop, and then this is what it is. So every time you click on this, it will open up your LSPDFR folder and run the program. So that is what we're gonna do. Ooh. And then of course always just rename it so you know LSPDFR. So you know that's what it is. You can always you can change the what's the word I'm looking for? You probably can change the picture. That's what I was looking for. And then of course, just in case also if you're having problems running Rage Hook, always make sure you're running it as administrator. If you have one account, it should not be a problem, but just in case if you do, always make sure you do it. And then so let's start this up. Remember guys, this is Windows 8. It's just because the publisher is unknown. So it's telling you, program files, do you want to run this, etc., etc. You're going to hit yes for Windows 8. And then this is going to come up telling you that all of these may be blocked by your firewall, and then may crash the game because it's not running. Remember, if you play Euro Truck Simulator 2 and you do mods, it's pretty much the same thing. If I'm not mistaken, if you're missing a very important mod, but depends on what it does to the program, and you take that out and you try to run it, it may crash. So but this is, once again, this is a one-time deal. You hit yes, and then it's gonna load up. You're gonna hit, this is actually kind of weird, never had this run before, run this program, and then it says as a disclaimer, read the whole thing, accept, and then this is what you should be getting. It just wants to make sure that you have all those programs checked. If you do not, it'll have an exclamation point at what you don't have, or what's not installed or not updated, and then you go on from there. This is more like, I'm doing this as an alpha beta. For some odd reason, the original LSPDFR program does not want to run, and it keeps crashing no matter what I do. So this is the only way I can make it run properly. Breathalyzer, police radio, something might be wrong. This plugin is not okay. So once again, it's just Windows 8 telling me that this has not been verified, and that the plugin may or may not be, the plugin may or may not be, have spam or whatever. Which, as long as you are doing, why is that? That's weird. Okay, so everything's good. Check all, and then hit save. One way to also get that is, like it says, you hold down the shift key until the dialog displays. So that's one. Rage Hook loading, which is excellent. Once again, if you don't have a social media, you need it. Pretty much Rage Hook is just using GTA 5 maps and cars and the police. It's pretty much using it as a third party. So you sadly you have to, it's what it is, you have to sign in with it. And so if you don't have it, it will not let you get in until you register and sign in. So there you go, you sign in. It does take time, even with the best computers out there. Rage Hook does take time loading up, so don't worry, don't freak out, be like, oh my god, my computer crashed, so on and so on. Everything is fine. So far it looks good, but of course we will see. And we're going to turn this down a little bit so we all don't go deaf. So far it seems like it's running perfect, but we won't know until we get in there, and then we will see. As we will see very shortly, boys and girls, very shortly. That is what we're going to see. As if it will run. Which everything should be, as long as you put everything in the right way and you read the notepad and the instructions. Best advice is, if it seems too complicated, or you don't know how to do it, or there's no instructions, don't install it. If it's complicated, take your time. That is why I say this is going to be the longest videos for me, because I want you guys to see and do and pause and make sure you got everything, so you're not making a mistake and you're not crashing the game and you have to start all over again. And because that's just bad, and I don't want that to happen to you. So just, take your time on this. That's why I say, if you're in a rush and you want to get this done 1, 2, 3, don't. So as you can see, it crashed for some odd reason. Don't know why, but we will figure this out very shortly, and I'll come back to you guys. Alright, so we are back. I had to, some odd reason, run into the safe mode. I don't know why. Let's do settings. Display is what I'm really looking for. Alright. Yes. Alright, so this is when it's unverified. So you just have to click yes. It may or may not crash. So just to let you know. Depends on what it is, it may or may not crash. So just keep that in mind. It may crash the whole game. It may just crash the what is the word I'm looking for? It might just crash that particular mod. So as you can see, we have our interaction, which is just normal, because you are, so to speak, running into this. What was it? Load. If I remember how to spell load. Load. Come on. Plug in. Search. Was it search vehicle? Yeah, I think it was search vehicle .dll. Unknown command or variable. Okay, so that's something I have to go through. But okay. So let's teleport, so we're not wasting a whole bunch of time. Of course, if you guys play this, you already know that you will have all this already uncovered and unlocked. Player is what I'm looking for. Player, teleport to marker. Actually, was it this one? I think it was this one I was supposed to go to. Yes, that was the one I really wanted to go to. Let's try this again, shall we? Teleport, marker. Alright, so let's just park our car. Ba-da-la-la. Alright, engine is on. Alright, we don't care about the engine. Let's get going. You may or may not run into where when you first do this, you may run into where you get 2 stars. That's just because the game is thinking that you are in an area where you're not supposed to. It's just like being on the runway in the airport. It's just how it works sometimes. So always keep that in mind. You'll see it. It'll be 2 stars flashing. Nothing too crazy. Of course, I want my exam here. Accessories. And now let's hit continue. Let's continue this. And so as you can see, we got a couple of the cruises that I put in here. No, I don't want that. This is the Buffalo. Which you're getting a sneak peek on that one because I haven't done that one or this one yet. I have another one that I need to get that I did forget on. That was a Dodge. But everything else is the same. You can just go through it. And then, so yeah, you can go through it if you want. But this is the one. If we, I don't know exactly what that does, but we will see. We will see. We will see. We will see. Easy. So here we go. Now we are a police officer. You hit E to do that, to turn on the sirens. You hit E again to shut it off. You hit N. This is your interaction with the people. Engine on, engine off, always on, and then lights and sirens, lights, and then off, and then your interactions, your speech, etc. So, what was it? Was it J? There you go. So once again, you hit caps and it puts the hand on the holster, as you can see. So we know that that mod is working. What is the other ones? I forgot the other ones, what they were. It was spike strips. I know that. I have to look to see what that was, and my radio just don't want to work today, the radio. But you can always still I guess we can maybe go through here through the load plugins. What was it? Police radio. That is what we need. No. That too, but what we really need is no. Okay. I keep forgetting how to do this. Low plugin. That is what I want. I need to turn off my numeral lock. I need police radio. So you hit tab, it inserts it, and then you hit enter. I'm very popular in terms of loading and not being verified. Yes, we want to load it. Could not load plugin, not find the file or assembly. Okay, so that's weird. It could not find it. So that's something we also have to look into. Load plugin, spike strips. Loading plugin from path was loaded, so it was loaded. So let's make sure that works now. I forgot, what is it, J? Is it Control J? There you go. So it's Control J. And then I forgot how to get rid of oh my god. Anyways, it don't matter because when you drive away they disappear, if I'm not mistaken. So Control. Oh shit. Okay. Alright. That was bad. That was bad. That was horrible. Let's see if we can drive off. Hopefully we won't crash the game. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, so let's that was bad. Let's go to vehicles. Let's fix our car. There you go. So much better. That was not good. Oh my god, that was horrible. And now we got okay. So my bad. My bad. Let's do load. Load plugin. What was it? Traffic control. Let's do traffic control. I gotta look back on how to take it all away. Traffic control. Let's try this again. Traffic control. Let's make sure that's all running. Loaded traffic control. Sweet. So traffic control loaded. And once again, we can try it. Even though I really don't know how to do it. So let's. What is it? Control H. Was it G? Control G, was it? You know, I really forgot what it was. I think it was Control. Oh, now I'm breathalyzing somebody. So, okay, so is it Control G?
Thank you. See ya.
Is it Control G? Let's find out. I think it's G, if I'm not mistaken. Alright. Is it G? So Control G. Alright, that's not it. Is it? I'm trying to figure it out here, so bear with me. Or was it H? Was it Control H? He just looks so funny when he does that. I forgot now. Isn't that interesting? So Control U. Oh, okay. So it's Control U. And that just disappeared. So it's O that apparently does it. Okay. So now, as you can see, guys and boys and girls, everything pretty much works besides that police radio. I have to make sure that is working. Other than that, everything is working. So just to show you, there you go, guys. I hope you liked this video. Please hit the like and subscribe button if I learn how to talk properly, for more videos that will be coming out. Talk to you later.